What's up, everybody? It's your boy Chris Rush. Hello. Many probably didn't notice, but I've been on Facebook for a little bit, trying to get my thoughts together for regarding this year. Want to welcome everybody to 2014. Happy New Year. I'm a little later, of course, but welcome. And super pumped about what I feel like the Lord is saying, what I feel like the Lord is doing right now. And I want to declare to you right now. Well, first I want to say I'm really excited about even last year, about what God has done last year in my life. I'm thankful for what He's done, and more so, I'm thankful for this time last year. I was not carrying the burden for my neighbor who was being murdered, my preborn neighbor that is being murdered. The Lord began to awaken my heart last year to the urgency of the hour regarding human child sacrifice. And so last year was a time where He began to really put His finger on it. I always was praying about it. I always was grieved about it. But when He really put His finger on, even deeper and deeper and deeper. And so I just wanted to say right now that last year was me just getting my footing right. Last year was just me getting my thoughts wrapped around this pro-life movement, abolition, abortion, and I'm telling you that this year is where the movement truly begins, the revolution begins. It has begun. I truly believe the Lord has spoken so clearly to me, so clearly that 40 years is enough, that He is ready to put an end to this dragon. He is ready to throw the stone to this Goliath and to chop its head off. Okay? Roughly, probably 1.2 million babies were murdered last year. In the Twin Cities, roughly, I haven't seen last year's numbers, but roughly it could be from 9, 10 to 10,000 children killed last year in this state alone. This is a real war with real casualties. And at the beginning of this year, there are children who aren't even conceived yet, who aren't even alive yet in the womb, but the Lord has dreamed of them forever. The Lord has desired them forever. And their lives are counting on us beginning to engage the battle in the hearts and minds of the people this year, to sway the opinion regarding murder. On my way back from one thing, we were in the van, and a group of us were prophesying with one another. My 12-year-old started prophesying with me. He was the last one, and so he was like right on with a lot. He prophesied me about some stuff. Then someone else went, and then he came, and he says, "Chris," and then he said, after I saw abortion clinics shutting down this year. He said because they were losing business. And it's always been one of my goals is that before we end it legally, which it needs to be done legally, we need to end it in the hearts and minds of people. That we need to begin to shine the light on this this wickedness, and begin to preach against this, and begin to do whatever we can do to begin to make people realize, why would I ever want to have my child limbs ripped apart? Why would I ever allow anybody to hurt my child? At least give it up for adoption. At least there's resources out there. But you know what? This won't happen unless we as the body of Christ rises up. I'm calling for an all-hands-on-deck campaign, an abolition campaign. The Lord told me about a year and a half ago to run for mayor. And I understand, and when I was praying about this more and more, He told me, He says, "Chris, treat this like a campaign. If we were trying to win the hearts of people, what would we do?" And so one of the first things that I'm going to be doing is raising up money. And so I'll be doing a video on that, but I'm going to need lots of money, because we're talking about concerts with artists coming in to draw crowds and bring this issue. We're talking about billboards. We're talking about vans, special paint job vans to go around and talk to people about this. We're talking about being at all types of events. But more than anything in a campaign, you need supporters. You need soldiers. Rally the troops. We need to get together. And I'm asking you now, the battle has begun. This year, we can't do anything about the lives lost last year, but this year we could do something about the lives that are counting on us this year. And I'm asking you to take serious that this is your calling. There is a place where the whole body, like the body of Christ, right? Everyone wants to say, well, everyone. There's different parts of the body, but the body sometimes does the same thing. If I ride a bike, my body rides a bike. If my body feeds the poor, my body. So the body of Christ is called to end abortion. The body of Christ is being engaged. So you are called into this to love your neighbor. Someone asked Jesus, "Who is my neighbor?" And so, you guys, this is part 1. Goodbye, 2013. Welcome, 2014. I'm going even harder, you guys. I've only just begun, and I hope you've only just begun. The fire that was in me last year and the fire that was in me today is just the ground, you guys. It's beginning to wake up. These children are counting on us. God is calling on us to finally rise up out of apathy. Let's get it going.